Rhea Ripley on her success. I forget who I am sometimes. Rhea Ripley never thought she would become this successful in wrestling. The Mami recently spoke to Chris Van Vliet for a new interview. She talked about things such as the back injury she has been living with, working with Dominik Mysterio and Judgment Day and more. During the interview, the former women's champion was asked if she thought the kind of success she has gotten was even possible. Ripley recalled her tryout for Riot City Wrestling in Australia and discussed how their coach told everyone on the very first day that the WWE dream was not realistic. I've always been someone that likes a challenge, but I never thought that I would be able to make it as far as I've come. Even by the time that I did get signed and I moved to America and I started NXT, I never thought that the name Rhea Ripley would be as big as it is now, and it's just wild to see, especially the last couple years, how much I've blown up. I get mad, Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley explained that even now she sometimes forgets that she is a celebrity. She still gets annoyed with the attention of the people, and the first thought in her mind in such scenarios is wondering if something is wrong with her appearance. I forget who I am sometimes. I'm walking around and I'm like, why are these people looking at me? Do I look like a 13-year-old boy? Just staring at me because I look stupid. What is wrong with me right now? Is my hair statusing to my face or something? Why are they looking at me? And I get mad. I'm like, look away. Take a photo. It'll last longer. And then I'm like, OSH*T. They probably know who I am. The WWE star later reiterated how people staring at her makes her mad sometimes because she doesn't remember her popularity. If she did, she would be nicer to people and even invite them for photos. I used to hate him. Rhea Ripley gives honest opinion on top AEW star. Rhea Ripley recently made headlines for comments about a top AEW star. The former women's world champion is one of the most prominent female stars in the wrestling industry. Ripley, who is scheduled to face Judgment Day's Raquel Rodriguez at Night of Champions in a street fight, recently shed light on her initial impression of her husband and absent AEW star Buddy Matthews. Speaking on a recent edition of Insight with Chris Van Vliet, the Eradicator recalled initially hating her now husband, Buddy Matthews. I used to hate him. I think he said this when he was on Insight. I hated him. I hated him with a passion because I loved Sway, which was a female wrestler, and he was from Melbourne. He came from the back, and he just punched Sway straight in the face. I was like, sir, how dare you? I don't think I saw him before that too, said Ripley. Giving further insight into the matter, she continued. I think that was my introduction to Matt Silva at the time. And he punched Sway straight in the face. And then Jimmy Scarlett jumped the barricade and chased him away. And then they had a whole feud and all that. But, yeah, I didn't like him. H/T, WrestleTalk. AEW star Buddy Matthews and Rhea Ripley celebrate their first anniversary. Buddy Matthews and Rhea Ripley recently celebrated their first anniversary, having married each other last year in June. The couple, who both had stints in the Australian independent scene, never crossed paths down under and first met in WWE. To commemorate this special occasion, Matthews took to Instagram and shared a photo with Ripley along with a heartfelt message. Happy anniversary to the love of my life. At @RheaRipley_WWE, he wrote Matthews, who currently works for AEW, has been absent from weekly programming due to a serious injury. Meanwhile, the Eradicator has become one of the biggest female wrestlers in World Wrestling Entertainment and is set to be in action at the Night of Champions PPV in Saudi Arabia, Rhea Ripley vs Raquel Rodriguez street fight. Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez will go one-on-one in an unforgiving street fight. The Eradicator has been at odds with Rodriguez ever since the latter returned and aligned with Ripley's longtime rival, Liv Morgan, as the two usurped Mami's spot in the Judgment Day and brutalized her on several occasions. The two were at odds again in the Queen of the Ring tournament when Ripley cost Rodriguez a chance at the crown, sparking a huge fight between the two that also included Roxanne Perez. Ripley challenged Rodriguez to a street fight, and it is destined to be a ferocious affair between two of the most destructive WWE superstars. Rhea Ripley reveals the inspiration behind her WWE name. WWE superstar Rhea Ripley reveals the inspiration behind her WWE ring name. So when I first started, they asked me for 5 combinations of names, and I went through trying to make combinations of names that I liked from either band members or just strong women in general. Rhea Ripley came from, Rhea is a goddess's name. And I was like, she's cool. I like that. And then Ripley came from Alien, Ripley played by Sigourney Weaver. She was a badass, and I was like, I want to be like that. I want to be a badass. They just mesh so well together with the RR, it just always works out. I mean, you see Roman Reigns, Ronda Rousey, Ruby Riott, Raquel Rodriguez, I don't know what it is, it just works. But yeah, Rhea Ripley just stuck, and we were getting ready for the first Mae Young Classic, and I think it was Bloom, I believe, just walked past and he goes, Rhea Ripley. I go, I guess so. I got no choice. I sent you my 5 names. You guys pick one. Rhea Ripley on the evolution of her WWE character. Rhea Ripley talked about the evolution of her character in WWE over the years. I think it's all about being yourself. For me, when I first came in for the first Mae Young Classic, I had the long blonde hair. I smiled way too much. Way too bubbly. It wasn't me. The person that you see today is the person that I was back then. But I was trying so hard to be someone else because of obviously the people that I watched growing up. I thought that's what they wanted. So that's what I gave them. I didn't feel comfortable, and after a while, I wasn't getting put on shows. I wasn't getting opportunities, I was getting beat down and picked on. They didn't think I worked hard enough. But I was just trying to give them what I thought they wanted, but at the end of the day, the best thing you could do is just be confident with the person that you are. So once I decided not to care what people thought about me, I was like, I'm going to be myself. Cut my hair short. And once I did that and started wearing the long pants with the chains and the studs, changed my persona, came out, and I was just mean mugging everyone, beating everyone up. This is my brutality, it's not even a joke. It's what I did. That's when my career really started rocking and rolling. And the Rhea Ripley evolution that you have seen into the Rhea Ripley that you see today is just me growing as a person outside of the WWE, and I'm just letting it shine through within the WWE sort of thing. So, it's me. And I think that's what the fans see, and that's what gravitates them towards Rhea Ripley. Singer records vocals for Rhea Ripley theme. The Judgment Day's Rhea Ripley is set to receive her updated WWE theme song soon. Lead singer Chris Motionless Cerulli of the band Motionless in White took to Twitter today to reveal that he recently recorded vocals for Ripley's new WWE theme song, which will be released on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music next Monday, September 19th. Demon in Your Dreams is the name of the new theme song, which was actually debuted a few months back when Ripley joined the Judgment Day, but now this full version is being released. Huge announcement. I am so beyond thrilled to reveal that I had the honor of working with at WWE recording the vocals for at Rhea Ripley _WWE's new entrance theme, Demon in Your Dreams. It will be available worldwide on at Spotify, at Apple Music, and at YouTube next Monday, September 19th, Cerulli wrote. Ripley responded and teased a possible live performance on WWE TV in the future. The wait is nearly over. Just a scales emoji, I still can't believe that this was made possible. Thank you so much at Chris Motionless for being a complete legend and badass. So incredibly grateful. Raising hands emoji, who's ready for a possible live performance? Wink emoji, Ripley wrote back. Ripley used Brutality as her WWE entrance theme for a few years, which features vocals by Ash Costello of New Year's Day. Ripley has not been announced for a match on tonight's Raw as of this writing, but as noted earlier, it's interesting that she is being advertised to appear by the WWE Events website. Tonight's Raw will see the current Judgment Day program continue as Dominik Mysterio faces WWE Hall of Famer Edge, and you can expect Ripley to be in Dominik's corner. Rhea Ripley names her new favorite WWE WrestleMania moment. Rhea Ripley has a new favorite WrestleMania moment after sharing the ring with Io Sky and Bianca Belair in Las Vegas. On a new episode of Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Ripley said, despite losing, her show-stealing triple threat match against Sky and Belair from WrestleMania 41 is now her favorite Mania moment of her career. Before this, it was WrestleMania 39 against Charlotte Flair after their match 3 years prior had to take place on a closed set at the WWE Performance Center amid the COVID-19 pandemic. I always said my match with Charlotte, because it's everything that I wanted my first Mania to be. Because it ended up being the COVID Mania, I didn't get my family, I didn't get the crowd, I didn't get anything that normally goes into a Mania, Ripley said. And it was just like, wow, I'm back at the place that I really didn't like going to every day, and this is my WrestleMania. So to then go and face Charlotte again, but it being in front of a crowd, and I saw my family in the front row, I had like all the adrenaline in the world. Everything was so perfect, and then I beat her for the first time. I won the SmackDown Women's Championship. That was my WrestleMania moment. But now I feel like the match with Io and Bianca has triumphed that. I am literally so proud of that match. I love those two so much. And going through NXT with them, overcoming things with them, watching them overcome things, and watching them grow as performers. And then me growing as a performer to get to that point where we could go to WrestleMania and have such a stellar match, and have people chanting, "This is awesome," and us being the opener, I couldn't ask for anything more. I understand I lost, it doesn't matter at that time. It